Hey everyone, I'm Shawnetta, and for my final project, I'm giving the Ramayana a fresh, modern twist. I made up a podcast called Realtalk with Rama and Sita, where they dive into their relationship issues like they're couples in therapy. In this presentation, I'm going to break down the concept, show you how it gives a modern spin on the text, and share a snippet of one of the podcast episodes. Real Talk with Rama and Sita. What is Real Talk with Rama and Sita? The podcast Real Talk with Rama and Sita reimages Rama and Sita as contemporary figures who are public, high profile, and emotionally complex. So it's a modern couples therapy podcast hosted by Rama and Sita. Each episode explores relationship challenges from the Ramayana, and it blends ancient narrative with modern emotional conversation. Why use the podcast format? I chose the podcast format because it has a laid back, intimate feel to it. Characters can express themselves freely, which isn't usually the case with epic poetry, and enables me to view events like the fire trial as more about the emotional involved than merely the plot points. Younger audiences are especially drawn to the podcast because they find the content more approachable and relatable. Modern themes. Sita as a modern advocate for self-worth and emotional healing. Rama as a conflicted leader balancing public image and private guilt. Themes for this podcast: betrayal, communication, gender roles, and public pressure. A sample podcast episodes. Episode 1, I came up with these names: the golden deer and the red flags. Episode 2, fire trials and broken trust. Episode 3, exile was not a vacation. So each episode will focus on a major moment from the Ramayana, but reinterpreted with emotional insight. So episode 1 would discuss how a moment of miscommunication led to the kidnapping. Episode 2, Sita confronts Rama about being forced to prove her purity. In episode 3, they discuss how exile shaped their individual identities, and so on and so forth for every episode that follows. Here's a sample of the transcript between Sita and Raman. They sit down and have a heartfelt talk about the fire trial. This is from episode 2. And they share their feelings and thoughts openly. So take your time and read through the sample script. For instance, Sita says, I never needed anyone's approval, really. I really needed yours. I really needed you to trust me. Rama says, well, I guess I didn't succeed. I really believed I was fulfilling my role as king, but I overlooked my responsibilities as a husband. And this would continue for about 30 to 45 minutes. So my final thoughts. This project helped me see that the Ramayana was not just a religious or historical text, but as a story about people who were flawed, loving, and hurting. Recasting Rama and Sita in this way shows how old stories still speak to new audiences, especially when we allow them space to grow emotionally. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.